just a gorgeous day with a light breeze that is blowing out. As always, we are joined by the two best in the business, Stephanie Hagel and Brian Matze, keeping us on the air and keeping us out of jail, and we always appreciate that. The Indians are taking the field behind Indians starter Trevor Bauer. Stephanie may not be with us for the entire afternoon, as she may have a brain freeze as she is plowing through the Mitchell's ice cream, as our good friends from Mitchell's gave us a number of samplings, and Stephanie now waving at me and not using most of her fingers as she waves. That's very rude, Stephanie, but
you're number one in her book.
I'm not. That's right. That's a good way to look at it. But Stephanie says the ice cream is phenomenal, and we thank the great folks at Mitchell's Ice Cream for making this an even better day. Well, you want good ice cream here in Northeast Ohio, there's one place to go, and that's Mitchell's Ice Cream. All right, the Indians come in with a record now of 43-36. They're in second place in the division, 8.5 games in back of the Minnesota Twins. On the other hand, the rebuilding Kansas City Royals proving last night that, yeah, they might be rebuilding, but my goodness, they play hard each and every day, don't they? And their record now is 28-52, and they have really been tough on the Indians this year. These two clubs have only played each other 5 times, but Kansas City has peeled off 4 wins in the 5 meetings, and of course, before the All-Star break and the 4th of July holiday, we will be in Kansas City for a 3-game series. Mike Malinsky is behind home plate today making the calls. Dan Iasonia will umpire at first. It'll be Tim Timmons at second and Rob Drake at third. 325 down the lines, 370 to left center, 375 to right center, 400 to dead center. The 19-foot wall in left center and in center field, and then the 9-foot wall in the rest of center field as well as right field. On the mound today, Trevor Bauer, 28 years of age. He is 6'1", 205, and he features the fastball cutter, the curve, the slider, and the changeup. Trevor Bauer ready today to face Whit Merrifield. The wind and today's first pitch swung on, hit pretty well to right. Naquin is back on the track, nearing the wall in the right field corner, and he makes the catch, and we're underway here at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. 76 degrees our game time temperature, and on the very first pitch of the game, Whit Merrifield shows you this ballpark may play small today, as that looked like a routine fly ball that Naquin almost got to the wall before he made it near the right field corner. 1 pitch, 1 out, and here's Nicky Lopez. He's the left-handed hitting second baseman. Bauer kicks, he fires, and it's in there, a strike. Didn't get a chance to tell you about Whit Merrifield. He is leading the American League with 102 hits, and if he's not here on July 9th representing the American League All-Star team, that's a crime. That pitch is in there as he went with a curveball for strike 2. Whit Merrifield is simply one of the best players in baseball. He needs to be a part of the American League All-Star team. Lopez, a .243 hitter. The rookie takes up and in 1 and 2. And boy, Bauer has got a lot quicker tempo going here in the early going. He's getting the ball and just letting it go as soon as he practically gets it from Roberto Perez. Now the 1-2, and it's swung on, fouled upstairs. Jake Bauers back in left, Oscar Mercado in center, Tyler Naquin in right. Bobby Bradley at first, Jason Kipnis at second, Francisco Lindor at short, Jose Ramirez at third, and Roberto Perez behind the plate. Bauer, first base side of the rubber, winds, fires, and the pitch tapped foul in back of the plate. Good changeup and a good piece of hitting by Nicky Lopez. Bauer has not faced Kansas City this year. In his career, 14 previous appearances against the Royals, Trevor Bauer has gone 3-4 with a career .301 ERA against Kansas City. So the outfield playing Lopez the other way toward left, medium deep. That breeze is a pretty good one, blowing straight out to right. Now the 1-2 pitch. and it's swung on a weak chopper headed towards the second baseman. Kipnis better hurry, and he just did get Lopez. Boy, that was close. Kipnis had a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove, and Lopez, hustling, almost beat it out. That is out number 2 here in inning number 1, and that'll bring up Chesler Cuthbert. Cuthbert today is at first base, batting .304, 4 homers, 15 RBIs. 2 quick outs in the Kansas City first. No score in this ball game. Right-hander against right-hander, as Trevor Bauer into the windup lets it fly, and a high curveball. Bauer comes in with a 5-6 record, ERA .369. He's made 17 previous starts, won a complete game shutout. The next pitch is wide, 2-0. Trevor Bauer is averaging 7 innings per start. He averages 10 strikeouts, but he also averages 4 walks per 9 innings, and he's given up 15 homers. That pitch swung on, fouled upstairs, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Bauer's been very good as far as stinginess on base hits. He's only giving up 7 hits per 9 innings. The pitch is waved at, 2-2, and that breaks down to a .209 batting average against Trevor Bauer, and that's 4th best in the American League, 4th in strikeouts, and he'll lead the league in innings pitched here in another inning. Here's the windup and the 2-2. Curveball and a knee buckler. Strike 3 call. Tell you what, that's one pitch that has not been as good for Trevor Bauer this year as it was a year ago. But I tell you, folks, he snapped off some
sports on WTAM 1100 can now be heard on 106.9 FM.
Jacob Junis is on the hill today as we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score. The 26-year-old right-hander, 6'3", 225. Frankie Lindor leads it off, batting left-handed. The wind in the pitch, and it's in there, a strike. Junis with a sinking fastball, curve, slider, changeup. One problem he's had in his young career is keeping the ball in the park. Now the 0-1 pitch, and it's swung on, line to right, base hit. Moving toward the line to cut it off is Soler, and Lindor is 4 for 11 in the series. He's pushing that average back up close to 300. Junis gave up 32 home runs a year ago, and he's given up 16 this year. And he pitches in a tough park to hit home runs in, talking about Kauffman Stadium. Whit Merrifield's played all 3 spots in the outfield. Today's in left, Billy Hamilton in center, Jorge Soler in right. Chesler Cuthbert at first, Nicky Lopez at second. Humberto Arteaga is at short, Hunter Dozier at third, and Cam Gallagher, the catcher, having a tough time throwing people out. Bunting one back foul is Oscar Mercado. And once again, he's trying to bunt in the first inning, which surprised he's still doing that. Maybe no one has said anything. I'm not sure, but Mercado, a .309 hitter, 4 homers, 16 RBIs. Tried to bunt last night in the first inning, then with 2 strikes, got an RBI single to right. Now the 0-1 pitch, and it's inside, a ball, 1-1. Jacob Junis faced the Indians back in April and didn't get a decision, but he didn't pitch well either. He gave up 5 runs in 6 1/3. He's had trouble against Cleveland in his young career. Now the pitch is in there, 1-2. Junis in 7 career games against Cleveland, 2-2, but a high ERA of 5.87. Mercado batting .309, 4 homers, 16 RBIs. Lindor not taking much of a lead. Now the set and pitch. Mercado sends one in the air, fairly deep right. Soler going back on the track near the wall, made the catch, slams into the wall, hangs on and fires a rocket to second. Lindor gets back to first. Boy, Jorge Soler has really improved defensively. And again, Mercado's showing how well the ball is carrying today. Almost hit it out of here to right. And Mercado just did make the catch just before he slammed into the wall. And he hung on, and that is out number 1. Well, you put any kind of a swing on a ball today to right and right center, and it's going to jet out of here. Here's Carlos Santana DHing today. Switch hitter batting left-handed. The set and the throw to first. Lindor back. No score, inning number 1. Santana, another guy that should be an all-star. You can still vote for him. Batting .290, 18 homers, 48 RBIs. And he's been on base 20 straight games, either with a hit or a walk. Jacob Junis comes in with a record of 4-6 and an ERA of 5.18. This is his 17th start. He doesn't have a complete game. He goes 6 innings to start. He averages 9 strikeouts and 3 walks per 9 innings. Now the set and the pitch, and it's in there. 0-1 to count on Santana. What a gorgeous day. My goodness. 76 degrees, and that game time temp brought to you by Perfect Power Wash. Perfect results guaranteed. Visit perfectpowerwash.com. Get your quote today. Junis with the high hold delivers. Up and in. Leans him back. And the count on Santana, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jacob Junis was a 29th round pick by Kansas City 8 years ago out of high school. He had a scholarship to North Carolina State, but instead he signed with the Royals. There goes Lindor. What a jump. Pitch is taken inside. My goodness, Lindor was halfway to second, and Jacob Junis still had the ball. All he had to do was step off, throw to second, and pick off Lindor, and it's almost like he forgot that Lindor was on base. And Frankie has 12 steals. He's only been caught 1 time. And Santana took it because he knew where Lindor was going to end up. Now the pitch down and in, 3-1 the count. Base hit here, and the Indians have the early lead. Outfielders are toward right fairly deep, and you better play everybody fairly deep today with that wind blowing out to right. No score yet. Lindor at second. 1 down here in inning number 1. Now the 3-1. Swung on, hit in the air to left, but not deep. Charging in is Merrifield toward the line. It drops a base hit. It rolls into foul ground. He gets on top of it as Lindor goes to third, and Santana with a single. How about that? The wind is blowing out toward right, but a ball hit in the air to left is going to get knocked down, and Merrifield, who was deep, just couldn't get there near the line in almost shallow left. And Santana gets a base hit, so he's now been on base 21 straight games. Lindor couldn't score because he couldn't take a chance on that ball being caught. So the Indians have runners at the corners with 1 out in the first. And Jason Kipnis again hitting cleanup, the second baseman and left-handed hitter. Infield double play depth, and the pitch is over but low. Kipnis, over the last 10 games, is batting .432. 4 homers, 14 RBIs. Now the set, now the 1-0. Swung on, hit a ton, deep right center field. On the run to make the catch in front of the track is Hamilton. Tagging and scoring is Lindor. Santana stays at first. And Kipnis on a line drive normally would have had a double, but Billy Hamilton seemingly outruns everything. And the Indians take a 1-0 lead on a good at-bat for Kipnis. A sac fly on a line drive to deep right center. So Jason Kipnis continues to deliver. 1-0 Indians. Kipnis with his 30th RBI. 2 down. Here's Jose Ramirez batting left-handed. The pitch, and he bangs it to first sharply, but right at Cuthbert, grabs it, steps on the bag, and the inning is...
Bill Wills, concert news in the morning. Barry Gable, Live Nation. He'll join me at 8:20, WTAM, 1100.
Well, the Indians have a 1-0 lead as we go to inning number 2. It'll be Hunter Dozier, Jorge Soler, and Lucas Duda. Middle of the order against the right-hander Trevor Bauer. Boy, do the Indians need Trevor Bauer to get back to being Trevor Bauer. Bullpen could use a blow today. And the first pitch is a broken bat foul down the right side, strike one. Last night's hero, Hunter Dozier, with that grand slam off Brad Hand in the ninth inning. The Royals with a stunning 5-run rally to shock the Indians. And Hunter Dozier, again, starting to become the player the Royals envisioned when they made him a first-round pick. He's got a new weapon. Righty-righty matchup, the pitch, and it's high, ball one, 1-1. Dozier now batting .302, 13 homers, 42 RBIs. Bauer working quickly. Lets it fly and a check swing. Did he go? Nope. 2 balls and a strike. Go to MyPillow.com and click the radio listener special tab and use the promo code TRIBE for a special offer. MyPillow.com, promo code TRIBE. Call 800-867-0046. Curveball in tight, ball 3-1. Dozier was the 8th player chosen in the 2013 draft out of Stephen F. Austin University. Now the wind by Bauer, the 3-1, and it's waved at, full count. Trevor Bauer trying to get back to 500 and trying to get on the kind of roll he was on a year ago for most of the year until he got hurt. The pitch swung on, foul tip into the glove of Perez. Second strikeout for Bauer. So Dozier strikes out to start the second. That'll bring up Jorge Soler, batting .235, 5th in the league in homers, 21, 6th in the league in RBIs, 53. Terry Francona talked about it on the manager's pregame show that Trevor Bauer this year, unlike last year, as the wind and the pitch is waved at. Last year, Tito was saying it seemed like almost every game Trevor Bauer had every pitch working. This year, not the case. The pitch, curveball, and a beauty. A lot of the times for Bauer this year, it's seemingly been a case where he's had maybe one pitch out of the 4 or 5. That pitch down and away, 1 and 2. He's just not had that game for the most part this year where everything is clicking and he can go to whatever he wants. The pitch swung on and missed. Boy, he's got a lot of stuff working today. And Trevor Bauer makes quick work of Jorge Soler, and he has struck out the last 3 Royals. And Bauer looks to be in a good rhythm, and it looks like he feels like he's got it going. He just snapped off another wicked curveball. Here is Lucas Duda, the left-handed hitting DH, batting .159, a couple of homers, 11 RBIs. He's missed much of the year, over 6 weeks with a bad back. Now the wind and pitch, and Duda checks on a pitch down and in. Ball 1. The Indians overload the right side with 3 infielders. 1-0 Cleveland. Second inning, Royals batting with 2 outs. And nobody on base. Duda has good power when healthy. Now the wind and next delivery, and he fouls it in back of the plate, and the count 1-1. Talked about Duda and his years with the New York Mets when he was a consistent home run force. That's what the Royals were hoping they were going to get. The pitch to him, up and in, 2-1. This is a guy that has had 2 different seasons in which he's hit 30 homers and a third season in which he's hit 27. Now the wind and pitch to him, and it's high, ball 3, 3-1. 1-0 Indians. Duda in the hitter's count with 2 down and the bases empty. And a chance now to do some damage. Now the windup and the pitch. A wave job And that'll make it a 3-2 count. Again, Bauer working in a hurry. The payoff pitch swung and grounded towards the shortstop position, where the third baseman, Jose Ramirez, gloves it, throws it, and it's another quick end. For the Indians, the leadoff man in the bottom of the second inning is Jake Bowers, who's in left field today. And the first pitch misses, ball one. Tweaked his ankle the other night, shagging the pitch to him, and he sends one upstairs foul in the count 1-1. Bowers doesn't have a hit in his last 14 at-bats. Boy, he has been the epitome of a streak hitter in his first year here in Cleveland. The wind in the pitch, and it misses down and in, 2-1 the count. So far this year, Bowers a .224 average. 9 homers, 28 runs batted in. The next delivery swung on, line toward left, but coming in to snag it chest high is Whit Merrifield, 1 down. Here's Bobby Bradley, getting a chance to play pretty much every day here in the early going since coming up from Columbus, today at first. And he's 2 for 10 in his very young Major League career. 1 out, nobody on, 1-0 Indians. Hope you'll stop by your local Toyota dealer and test drive the rugged, newly built in the U.S. Toyota Tacoma. First pitch, check swing. Did he go? Nope. Ball 1, down and in. It's tough, dependable, mid-sized truck, best resale value. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Now the wind and the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. Bradley batted .292 in Columbus, 24 bombs, 55 runs batted in. Out of Gulfport, Mississippi. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Jacob Junis, like Bauer, working quickly today. The right-hander into the motion. And here it comes. Checked on a breaking ball, down and in, 2-2. What you're seeing now are pitchers really attacking Bobby Bradley with a lot of breaking balls low and out of the strike zone, trying to get him to chase. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Went hard with a slider down and in and got Bradley. 2 down. First strikeout for Junis. That'll bring up the catcher, Roberto Perez, hitting .242, 14 homers, 31 RBIs. Lyft is the official rideshare partner of the Indians. They'll make getting to and from the ballpark a home run. Download Lyft today and get going. 2 outs, nobody on. Cleveland 1, Kansas City 0. Bottom of the second on a perfect day in Northeast Ohio. 76 degrees, bathed in sunshine. Now the wind and pitch, and it's down low, ball 1. More of a cross breeze now, blowing from the left field corner toward the right field corner. Junis delivering, Perez taking, and it's a breaking ball strike, 1-1. Jacob Junis spent 6 years in the minor leagues after being drafted out of high school. The 1-1, swing and a miss, chased the slider almost in the other batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Junis is coming off one of his best outings against the high-flying Minnesota Twins. Held them to just 2 runs in 6 innings. The 1-2, inside. Did it hit him? Yep, it grazed him, so Perez will toss the bat. And he's hit by the slider that just didn't break. And the Indians have a 2-out base runner, leading 1-0. And Tyler Naquin to the plate. If you look at Jacob Junis, for whatever reason, the month of June has been awful for him throughout his career. He has not had a win in his last 12 starts in the month of June. That goes back to June 11th of 2 years ago. Since that win, he's lost 8 consecutive decisions with an ERA of 6.18. Tyler Naquin, the number 9 hitter and right fielder, rips one to first. It's just foul. Boy, that was close. Trying to avoid getting hit by the missile was Dan Iasonia, but he calls it a foul ball. Tyler Naquin batting .266, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. Junis working in the middle of the pitching slab out of the stretch. He comes set, and the 0-1 high, 1-1. The Indians scored in the first inning, so Jacob Junis in 17 starts this year has given up in the first inning a run in 10 of those 17 starts. For whatever reason, that's been a tough inning for him. He gets a swing and a miss from Naquin, 1-2 the count. Junis's earned run average is over 7 in the first inning this year, and the Indians got him for a run in the first today when Frankie Lindor singled and eventually scored on a sac fly by Jason Kipnis. 1-0 Tribe, the pitch, swung on, fouled upstairs, and a 1-2 count on Naquin. Brad Hand will not be available. If the Indians have a save situation today, it won't be Brad Hand. He's pitched a lot over the last week, 5 times, so he gets today off and tomorrow a scheduled day off. Now the 1-2 pitch. Backdoor slider missed low and away, 2-2. But Adam Pletko is in the Indians bullpen today. He is not slated for another start before the All-Star break, so he'll stay in the Indians bullpen. Mike Clevenger will be activated and start Friday night. The Indians have an off day tomorrow. Then they have an off day next Monday. And then they have an off day a week from this Friday. The pitch is strike 3 called on a fastball. Got him looking. So Naquin's out looking. Second strikeout for Junis. So we go to the top of the third. The shortstop, Humberto Arteaga. Trevor Bauer kicks, delivers, and it's in there, a strike. And Alberto Mondesi's on the disabled list with that hamstring injury, so he's going to be sidelined for a while. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, it was low. Did he go? Nope. 1-1. Whether you're shipping from Cleveland or through Cleveland, choose Global Transport, Northeast Ohio's preferred provider for transportation and logistics management. Good curveball strike. 1-2 the count. Bowers maybe got his best curveball that we have seen in a long time here today, and he's starting to go to it a lot. He's got that curveball in that mid to upper 70s range. Now the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Outside, missed with it, and the count goes 2-2. Outfield playing him the other way toward right. And the pitch is ripped that way, but foul into the lower deck down the right side. And a 2-2 count on Arteaga. Very good glove man, but in 6 games on the big league level, hitting just 200. Not been a big-time offensive guy in the minors. That pitch swung on a miss, went up and in with a fastball. And Bauer now with 4 strikeouts already. Trevor Bauer looks about as good today as we have seen in a long time. Here's the catcher, Cam Gallagher, batting .171, 6 RBIs. Bauer had a brutal month of May 0-4 that month with an ERA of 5.5. Now the wind-and pitch, and a fastball is high. It's been better in June, but still not the guy we saw a year ago. But look out if he gets on a roll. Now the windup and the 1-0. And it's in there, a called strike. Good slider. And the count of 1-1. In the month of June, Bauer's earned run average is 3.5, so it's 2 runs lower. That pitch, and it drops low, the curveball, 2-1. Will Bauer be with the club all year? The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, sliced foul into the club seats, first base side, 2-2. You're going to hear his name a lot when it comes to the trading deadline, and July is creeping up. Bauer now backs away. The Indians aren't looking to trade Trevor Bauer, but they also know he isn't going to be here long term. Now the 2-2. Wide, full count. And if he does get traded in July, well, then a ball club that gets him has him for 2 postseasons. Now the payoff pitch. Over the head and hit him in the back. Gallagher on a curveball gets hit in the back. He tried to duck under it as it was over his head and just didn't break. So that curveball hits the batter, and thus the Royals have their first base runner. Indians with a 1-0 lead. Number 9 hitter is Billy Hamilton, the switch-hitting center fielder, swinging it left-handed, batting .223, 8 RBIs. Gallagher not a base stealer, one of the few on this club, as Hamilton fouls it upstairs. Kansas City leads the major leagues with 78 stolen bases. Mondesi's their best and now sidelined. But they've got a lot of people that can run, including this guy. And the guy waiting on deck, Whit Merrifield. Hamilton takes its wide, 1-1 the count. 1-0 Indians, third inning. A 1-out base runner for Kansas City. Hamilton, a .223 average, 8 RBIs. Been a disappointment. Now the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a foul back and out of play, 1-2. Talking to some of the Royals front office people that are on this trip. They've been disappointed, not in Billy Hamilton per se, disappointed. The bottom third of their order hasn't given them a lot of offense this year. And as you know, in the American League, you just can't have 3 holes at the bottom of your lineup. That pitch down and in, 2-2. Not if you want to be a consistently good offense. And it's why Kansas City is near the bottom in runs scored, a little over 4 runs a game. They don't hit for power. They don't walk much. But boy, they can run. Now the set. Now the 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. Pretty good at bat here for Billy Hamilton. It's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that he got a piece of. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on, 1-0 Cleveland, third inning. Now the 2-2. Curveball locked him up. Strike 3 called. 5 in the game for Bauer as Hamilton walks back to the first base dugout. 2 down, top of the order, and Whit Merrifield almost hit it out of here to the wall and right his first time up. Merrifield batting .417 against the Indians this year with a couple of home runs. Man, he's a good player. 2 out, runner on, 1-0 Indians, third inning. Merrifield digs in and takes a strike. He got the last hit in the history of that legendary ballpark in Omaha for the College World Series. And he walked it off when they won the College World Series in 2010. That pitch up and in, 1-1 the count. Rosenblatt Stadium saw some great moments, especially in college baseball, and he had one of them. Whit Merrifield drove in the winning run in the 11th inning to beat UCLA and win the 2010 title. The set and the 1-1. Down low, 2-1. And Whit Merrifield got the last college hit at Rosenblatt. Now they've got a brand new ballpark for the College World Series, which will be decided tonight. Michigan and Vanderbilt. They have split the first two games, and they play for college baseball's title tonight in downtown Omaha. The 2-1 swung on, fouled upstairs, 2-2. Did you know, Rosie, the last Big Ten team to win the national title in baseball was Ohio State, 1966. Bart Swain's dad, Mike, was a pitcher on that team. The ace of that Ohio State staff was Steve Arlen, who had a major league career. No Big Ten team has won college baseball's championship since the 66 Buckeyes. Now the 2-2. Swung on, hit pretty well to right center, but drifting over is Naquin, the right fielder, in front of the track to retire Whit Merrifield. Cleveland. Bottom of the third, Frankie Lindor started the Indians first with a single, stole second, eventually scored on the Jason Kipnis sac fly. Jacob Junis delivering, Lindor batting left-handed, takes a curveball for strike one. Amanda Malish of Lakeville is today's contestant in the Liberty Ford Grand Slam giveaway inning. Junis into the wind in the 0-1. Outside 1-1. If the Indians hit a grand slam here in the third, Amanda Malish of Lakeville wins the new Ford Mustang convertible from Liberty Ford. You can sign up, libertyford.com. Lindor taps one toward first, foul. Another good curveball. And the count 1-2. Frankie has 3 home runs in his career off Jacob Junis. 3. And he's only faced Jacob Junis 17 times. Now batting close to .450 against Junis with 3 career homers in 17 at-bats. Junis is ready. And the 1-2. Down low, a slider, 2-2. The Indians at 15-7 still have the best record this month in the American League, but they're still 8.5 games in back of Minnesota. Minnesota's idea of a bad week is 2 losses. The 2-2 swung on, yanked foul down the right side, still 2-2. Now the Indians still have to play the Twins 13 more times. Any chance of winning a division title, they're going to have to be doing some damage head-to-head against Minnesota because they're not going to get any help from anyone else, or so it seems.
That starts right out of the chute after the All-Star break here, too, so chance to get a jump on it.
Now the pitch, high, full count on Lindor.
Ed Yost was saying the other day they just finished a series with Minnesota. He was very impressed in the Royals split with the Twins, but he really thought the Twins were a pretty complete ball club.
Now the payoff, a swing and a little looping liner toward the line and right. It's going to get down for a base hit. Cut off in front of the track by Soler, but Lindor's got a double. It's not one of those rockets that Lindor's always hitting, but you couldn't place it any better down that right field line. And Frankie Lindor just keeps on hitting Jacob Junis. 15 doubles now for Lindor, who missed the first 3 weeks of the year. And the Indians get a leadoff double here in the third, leading 1-0. And Oscar Mercado is the batter. He almost hit one out of here. Junis almost gave up a 2-run bomb in the first inning, but Soler made a nice catch, banged into the wall in right, and hung on the Mercado drive. Mercado played the other way toward right, the pitch, and it's inside a ball. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Minnesota does. They're good. There is no question about it, but they're going to have to make some moves, you would think, especially in their bullpen. The pitch in their strike, and you never have enough starting pitching if you're looking ahead to October. And if you're Derek Falvey, you're not assuming anything, but you got to think October when you're having this kind of a year. You may never have a year like this again, no matter how young your team is. How many guys are having career seasons? The 1-1, swing and a miss, good slider away, 1-2 on Mercado. So how active will the Twins be, feeling like, okay, we can have a big window of opportunity to win, or do we have to make this a really special year?
They don't come around that often. You think they will, but injuries and other factors come into play.
The 1-2, swung on, ripped toward right center. It's a base hit. Lindor will score. The Indians have a 2-0 lead on an RBI single to right center by Oscar Mercado. And Mercado continues to get big hits. RBI number 17. I think Minnesota's the perfect example. Actually, Rosie, every other year for the last 5 years, they've been either good or horrible. Now, maybe they're finally going to be consistently good, but they've had a lot of young guys that have been hurt, a lot of young guys that haven't been as good as they would think. So we'll see what Derek Falvey does. Here's Carlos Santana, switch hitter batting left-handed. Single to left his first time up. Junis is ready. Mercado looks like he wants to run. The pitch, it's swung on, banged sharply to first. Cuthbert up with it to second, one. Relay by Arteaga to Cuthbert, double play. Ball was hit so sharply that it's a 3-6-3 double play. 2 down. Base is now empty. 2-0 Tribe. Here's Jason Kipnis. Sac fly his first time up. As good as Minnesota is this year, it's just hard to imagine if they don't get their bullpen stronger that they can play in October with New York and Houston. I don't know.
And I know they say they feel they can get through without that one closer, but boy, rare are the playoff teams that get all the way through without that.
Here's the wind-in pitch. Swung on, ripped toward right center, another base hit. Jason Kipnis really locked in. He is 5-4, make that 4 for 9 this series. The Indians have 3 hits in the inning. Here's Jose Ramirez. Well, look at the Twins when they did win the World Series. And some good closers back then. And yeah, it's just hard to imagine that they don't go and get a big-time back end of the bullpen arm. Jose Ramirez grounded out his first time up. Tribe up 2-0. Throw to first. Back standing is Kipnis.
And I agree with you, too, about the starting pitching. I'm sure in a playoff series they like Barrios, and Odorizzi's having a big year, but I think they need one more proven starter for a playoff series to get through.
Now the set. Now the pitch. And it's in there, strike again, because unlike the Royals and the Indians, that 3-year stretch where they represented the American League, Twins don't have that kind of a back end of a bullpen. Like when the Indians had all the injuries, they still got to the Fall Classic because of their bullpen. The pitch, swung on, foul to the right. And the count 0-2. What would it have been like had the Indians had a full complement of starting pitching in 2016?
Oh, my.
So the Twins, to your point, Rosie, nice rotation, but boy, if they fortify that bullpen, then you really look at them and say, who's going to beat them come October? Anyway, it's what makes this time of the year fun. The pitch, swung on, lifted high in the air to right, fairly deep. Soler is back in front of the track, and he'll make the catch. But the Indians add to their lead, and it's 2-0. Tribe on top of the Royals. 4th inning is coming up on the Cleveland.
Stay connected. News feeds at the top of the hour and 30 minutes past on News Radio WTAM 1100.
Nicky Lopez to lead things off for Kansas City, 4th inning. Tribe up 2-0 on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon in downtown Cleveland. Not a bad crowd has made its way into Progressive Field today for the last home game before the All-Star game. The Indians heading out on a long road trip starting Friday night in Baltimore. Trevor Bauer back to work. Fastball up high to Lopez for ball one. Lopez bounced to second his first time up. The only base runner for the Royals, Cam Gallagher, was hit by a pitch last inning. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0 to Lopez. Nicky Lopez, youngster, started the year in the minor leagues, now in his rookie major league season. Slow start, but heating up at the plate. The 2-0 swung on, popped up foul and out of play to the left. Let's pause. 10-second station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Indians Radio Network.
News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100 Cleveland
and WODC HD2 Asheville,
home of the Indians.
Jim Rosenhaus along with Tom Hamilton. Tribe up on the Royals 2-0, fourth inning. And Lopez fouls one back. Count 2-2 on Nicky Lopez. Stephanie Hagel, our on-site engineer, here in the booth. Brian Matze back at Command Center. Happy to bring you Tribe baseball today. A little day baseball for you. The 2-2 swung on, fouled back into the net. Count remains 2-2. So if you're tuned in at work, sorry about that. Summertime. Hopefully you have a chance to get outside today and enjoy a great weather day here in Northeast Ohio. We had 76 degrees at game time, plenty of sunshine. The 2-2 swung on, popped up foul and out of play. Off to the left side again. And if you are at work, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we can help you get through your work day. Now the 2-2 pitch to Nicky Lopez. High and outside, ball three. You know, Trevor Bauer off to the good start today. 2 starts ago, he had that first shutout of his pro career. And talking with Trevor about that, hard enough to get a complete game anymore, much less a shutout. The 3-2 swung on, foul tip, hung on to by Perez. That's strike 3. Lopez down on strikes for the first out in the inning. And that's our Ohio Cat strikeout of the game. Ohio Cat, your authorized Caterpillar equipment dealer. Check them out at ohiocat.com for all of your new, used, and rental equipment needs. Bauer has 6 strikeouts now. 1 down in the inning for Cheslor Cuthbert. He struck out his first time up. Here's Bauer's pitch, and it's in there for strike 1. This is the rubber match of this 3-game series. Tribe a winner on Monday night in that rain-delayed game. The 0-1, outside, 1-1. Jason Kipnis with the 10th inning home run to win it. Then Hunter Dozier with the grand slam in the 9th last night. Turned it around for KC, and they won 8-6. There's a swing and a foul off to the right side off the bat of Cuthbert. And it's 1-2 on the first baseman today for Kansas City. So it's been a good series, close games. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, low and outside, 2-2. And today, no different. Tribe leading 2-0, top half of the 4th inning. Now Bauer steps off. Boy, he's been in a good rhythm, working quickly. Cuthbert stepped out there to slow him down. Now Bauer's right back to it. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 3. 7 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer. 2 down in the 4th inning. And Hunter Dozier will be the batter. As you may know, Carlos Santana has advanced to the first ever Google MLB All-Star Starters election, and that's underway. Now, to make Santana a starter at the All-Star game here, you have to vote at MLB.com/vote. Dozier takes a pitch up and in. Or you can search MLB Vote on Google. Voting ends tomorrow at 4 p.m., so jump on there. Get your vote in. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, looped foul and out of play. And it's down to 3 at each position. And the battle for Santana is C.J. Cron of the Twins and Luke Voigt of the Yankees. He has better stats than the other 2. But he needs your vote to get there and be a starter at the All-Star game. The 1-1. Fastball, low and outside, 2-1. He already announced yesterday he's accepted the invitation to participate in the home run derby, so he'll be here. And now he wants to start in the game. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2 to Dozier. Hunter Dozier with the big blow last night made history. First Royal ever to hit a grand slam in the ninth inning that turned a deficit into a win. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, blasted foul. That's out of play. And we'll do it again at 2-2. And the Royals, they have a long, illustrious history, some great players, and he's the first ever with a grand slam in the ninth to turn around a late deficit into a win. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the curve. And Trevor Bauer strikes out.
0.9 FM.
Jake Bauers, the batter for the Tribe, leading it off in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Indians leading by a score of 2-0. He is facing Jacob Junis, and the right-hander delivers. Breaking ball in there for strike one. Bauers lined to left his first time up. Left-handed batter. Good to see him back in the lineup today, as he had been nursing an ankle sprain. The 0-1. That's outside, 1-1. Turned his ankle in batting practice Monday and had to miss a couple of games. That's part of our injury report presented by Elk & Elk. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in there, strike two. For a team of injury lawyers who protect every client every day, call 1-800-ELK Ohio. So Bauer's back in there today. Mike Clevenger will pitch Friday night in Baltimore after his stint on the IL with an ankle sprain. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and lifted high and deep down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. And it is home run, Jake Bauers. Number 10 for Bauers, and the Indians lead at 3-0. Oh, that was a towering blast. The only question was, would it hook on him? Maybe earlier in the game it might have, as that wind was blowing across from left to right, but it's died down a little bit. That might have helped Bauers there. Certainly hit it hard enough. And there's number 10 on the season for Bauers. Bobby Bradley will step in. Bradley struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to him on the outside corner for a strike. So Bauers now just one shy of his career best for home runs in a season. In his rookie year last year with Tampa Bay, he hit 11. Here's the 0-1 to Bradley. Fastball missed outside, 1-1. Indians leading 3-0, bottom half of the fourth inning. Junis delivers, and Bradley swings and misses. Big cut that time by the youngster. 1-2 the count. Now Junis right back to it with the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball down low, and Bradley laid off. Here with us earlier, Tom mentioning the amount of breaking balls that Bradley is seeing, as you would expect. That was from pitch number one he saw in his major league career on Sunday, and he said he was surprised by that. The Tigers' Daniel Norris started him off with a curveball, and he said, whoa. But he'll see a bunch. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball in there, called strike three. Bradley strikes out for the second time. Junis now with 3 strikeouts in the game. And there's one away here in the fourth. Time for the Cleveland Clinic Caregivers Shout Out, and the good folks at the clinic remind you to avoid the emergency room if you have a joint, muscle, or bone injury. No appointment necessary at a Cleveland Clinic Ortho Express Care Clinic. Find locations at clevelandclinic.org/Ortho Express. Here's Roberto Perez, hit by a pitch his first time up. Junis with the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Boy, he's got a good one today. And he'll throw the curve and the slider quite a bit. You're trying to work on his changeup, give him one more off-speed pitch to show a hitter. Here's the 0-1. Fastball down low, 1-1. Now, Perez hit home run number 14 last night as he continues his tremendous season offensively. A breakthrough year for him at the plate. And it's that first year where he's getting that everyday playing time. He had wanted that for several seasons, but he and Yan Gomes not splitting. Gomes getting the better of the play behind the plate. The 1-1. Down low, 2-1. And deservedly so. He was an all-star last year and had been very consistent for the Indians. And it's hard to split catching down the middle and just have it 50-50. It's hard to do. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, tapped foul, slowly over to the Tribe dugout. So this year, with the trade of Gomes in the offseason to Washington, Perez has grabbed that job and run with it. And having a fantastic year behind the plate. Now the 2-2 from Junis. Way outside and low. Count runs full on Perez with the number 9 hitter, Tyler Naquin, waiting on deck. A run in here in the 4th on the Bowers home run. 3-0, Tribe in front. Here comes the payoff pitch from Junis. Swung on, foul tip, hung on to by Gallagher. That's strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Junis, 2 down in the inning. Don't forget, you can get a mouth-watering Papa John's pizza for 25% off when you order online using the promo code TRIBEWIN the day after every Indians win, only at papajohns.com. Here's Naquin, struck out looking his first time up. Left-handed batter. Big home run last night. Looked like it would be the difference maker. Until the Royals had something to say about that in the 9th as Naquin fouls one back and out of play. Naquin now with 5 homers and 18 driven in. Missed some time with that calf injury, but since coming back, it's been solid, and he says it again. He healed that up. He's able to use his legs a little bit more, which he was doing in spring training and early in the year. The 0-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1, and that's helped him have more success at the plate with some more pop, more power for Naquin. 0-2 the count on him. Junis, the right-hander, peeks in, has the sign from Gallagher. Now the 0-2. Down low. 1-2 the count on Tyler Naquin. Junis, really the first full season as a frontline starter in the big leagues a year ago, made 30 starts for KC, went 9-12 with a 4.37 ERA. Here comes his 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. First broke into the major leagues in 2017, ended up making 16 starts for Kansas City. Hit pretty much every step on the minor league ladder on his way to the major leagues. Now the 2-2. Outside, ball 3. That means starting in rookie ball in 2012 and short season A out in Idaho Falls. South Atlantic League in 14, the Carolina League plus AA in 15, and then AAA in parts of 16 and 17. The 3-2 swung on. There's a high fly ball, deep right field, way back there. Home run, Tyler Naquin. Home runs in back-to-back games for Naquin, and the Indians now lead it 4-0. No doubt about it from Naquin, number 6 on the season. And again, that points back to the leg strength is there. He had that hip issue last year that shut him down, and he came into spring training this year feeling so much better, 100% in his legs, and that can make all the difference for a hitter. And he's really putting together a solid season here for the Tribe in right field and getting to play on a regular basis. He's given the Indians a 4-run advantage here as Lindor steps in. The pitch to him, down low, ball 1. Lindor's 2 for 2 today. A single and a double, a couple of runs scored, 2 outs. Base is empty here in the 4th. Here comes the 1-0. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Change up that time. Well, it's time for the Metro Toyota drive to the next series. And for the Indians, that means Baltimore, Maryland. They'll take on the Orioles starting Friday night. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, bounced foul outside of first. 1-2 the count. 3-city trip coming up for the Indians. Baltimore on the weekend. Then Kansas City next week. And then the following weekend, just Saturday and Sunday, the Indians will play the Reds and then the All-Star break. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, right side, base hit into right field for Francisco Lindor. The Indians really starting to get to Junis now. 4 runs on 8 base hits for the Tribe. 3 hits this inning. And Gallagher, the catcher, heads out to the mound to have a chat with his starting pitcher, whose time in this game may be running short, albeit no activity, at least not yet, in that Kansas City bullpen. Tire Pros of Ohio is making game day travel a little more exciting. Check in when you're attending a Tribe game this summer and you could win a free Tire Pros gift card or tickets to a future game. Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more at OhioTirePros.com. Oscar Mercado steps in. RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Junis from the stretch delivers. Breaking ball bounced in there. Good backhanded stop by Cam Gallagher. Yeah, Lindor stole a base in the first inning. He's on at first base right here. Gallagher 2 for 13, throwing out potential base stealers this season. Does Lindor try and get himself into scoring position for Mercado? Here's the pitch, not going, and the pitch is down low for a ball. 2-0 the count. Tribe trying to make it 2 out of 3 against a Royals ball club that's given them a hard time this season, albeit in limited action. The Royals have taken 4 of the first 5 games played between these two clubs. Throw to first, back safely is Lindor. Two outs, Lindor at first. Outfield plays Mercado, shifting him to the opposite field. Hamilton, the center fielder, over to right center. The 2-0 swung on, and that's popped up to right, shallow near the line. Coming across and in and making the catch is Soler, the right fielder, to retire. 4-0. Plenty of offense so far, and Trevor Bauer has been terrific as he faces Jorge Soler with 8 strikeouts for Bauer. Here's the pitch, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. Only base runner for the Royals so far, a hit batsman, Cam Gallagher, hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Here's Bauer's 0-1. Breaking ball, taps slowly to short, up with it. Lindor, long throw, in time for the out. 1 down here in the 5th. Brings up Lucas Duda. The Indians would like to thank Valley Ford Truck. They supply security vehicles here at the ballpark all season long. That is Valley Ford Truck. Duda bounced to third back in the 2nd inning. Big left-handed hitter, good pop. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, outside corner for a strike. And that's been the key, that curve really working well for Bauer. A couple of change-ups here and there, but mainly fastball and good curve. Here's the 0-1. That's down low. That was the change-up there. And the count's now 1-1 on Duda. Now, Bauer with the tough one last time out, but as Carl Willis said, after throwing the shutout against the Tigers in his previous start. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, foul tipped at home plate, and it's 1-2. He said, hey, the Tigers had a good game plan the next time around. And a couple of pitches missed their spots, and the Tigers did damage against Bauer. He only made it through 4 his last start. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. Way outside and high, and it counts now 2-2 on Duda. Indians put the shift on for Duda. 3 on that right side with Kipnis playing in shallow right as the second baseman. Now the 2-2. Swung on, pulled foul over to the Royals dugout on that first base side. And it remains 2-2 on Lucas Duda. Big power hitting first baseman. Came through the Mets system and was with the Mets when they last went to the World Series in 2015 against the Royals. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball just missed. Oh, Bauer wanted that one. And it looked like Mike Malinsky thought about it, but then thought better of it on a pitch that just missed down low. Payoff pitch coming to Duda. Here it is. Swung on, fouled away. That's off to the left side, now to play. Now the next pitch for Bauer will be his 80th. I mean, he has a beauty going, having not allowed a hit yet, and we're into the 5th, but the Royals along the way have made him work a little bit. He's into the windup. Here's his 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase upstairs, and he did. And that's strikeout number 9 for Trevor Bauer. 2 down here in the 5th inning. And Humberto Arteaga will step to the plate. Bauer's season best for strikeouts in any game is 10. He did that against Miami back on April the 30th, and then again against Oakland on May the 11th. 1 shy now as Arteaga steps in. The pitch. Breaking ball in there. Strike 1. It's a special day going here for Trevor Bauer so far, as he's into the line. The 0-1. Breaking ball on the inside corner, strike 2. And he has a 4-run lead to work with. Indians 4, Royals nothing. Top half of the 5th inning. Bauer with the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and outside. Tried to get him to chase, and Arteaga wouldn't do it. Two down, base is empty. Bauer with the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball right side under the glove of Bradley, and it trickles into right field. So Arteaga's aboard on a base hit to right. Well, Bauer made it to 2 outs in the 5th inning before he allows his first hit. Just a chop single to right. Bradley gave it a great effort. He dove for it, and it went under his glove as he was diving. May have been a close play anyway at first, but Bauer was headed that way. Had Bradley been able to come up with that ball. Cam Gallagher, the batter. Here's the pitch to him. And Gallagher takes a fastball strike on the inside corner. Don't forget, download the McDonald's app, and since the Indians have a stolen base today, thanks to Frankie Lindor, you'll win a free 6-piece chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Next pitch to Gallagher, misses low and outside, not leaving the count at 1-1. Cam Gallagher splitting time or sharing time with Martin Maldonado, who gets the better of the playing time behind the plate. With Gallagher in there today. The 1-1. Swung on, laced foul over to the first base side, club level. 1-2 the count. The veteran backstop Cam Gallagher. Tribe up 4-0. 4 runs on 8 hits for the Indians. No runs, 1 hit for the Royals. Here's Bauer's pitch. Down low in the dirt. Good stop by Perez. No advance by Arteaga at first base. So it's 2-2 on Gallagher. As mentioned, Indians going to Baltimore Friday to open a series against the Orioles. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays head to Toronto. They will play, or excuse me, the Royals playing the Blue Jays in Toronto. Next pitch just missed outside, 3-2. Royals with an off day in Toronto tomorrow. They open up their series with the Jays on Friday night. Now the set. The 3-2 pitch. Runner on the move, and the pitch is popped up foul into the upper deck on the right side. So we'll do it again on 3-2 to Cam Gallagher. We're in the top half of the fifth inning here at Progressive Field. Sun-drenched crowd on hand. Great baseball day downtown. Now the 3-2 again. Swung on, fouled back again as Gallagher stays alive. And this drives up that pitch count on Bauer. He's at 91 pitches. Now, of course, Trevor Bauer about as durable as they come. And statistically, he is the most durable in the major leagues this season in terms of pitches thrown per start. The 3-2 swung on, line drive to right. That's a base hit for Gallagher. Arteaga advances to second, holds right there. And now at 2 down, it's runners at first and second for Kansas City. And Billy Hamilton will be the batter. Hamilton struck out his first time up. If you are a healthcare professional, you'll want to be at the Indians-Astros game on July the 31st. There's a special ticket package where you can buy a game ticket and receive an exclusive Indians scrub top. Tickets are limited for this offer, and the offer is only available online at indians.com/specials. Here's Hamilton. The set by Bauer and the pitch. Outside and high for ball one. Jose Ramirez in on the grass at third. Even with 2 outs, there's always that threat of a bunt from Billy Hamilton. Speed is the name of the game with him. By far and away his best asset. Here's the pitch to him. Swung on, popped up, shallow left. Long run for anyone. Lindor tracking it, and he's called off by Bowers, who can't make the play. The ball drops in fair territory. A run will score. Gallagher advances to third, and into second with a double is Billy Hamilton. And the Royals are on the board now as they have a run up here in the fifth inning. It's now 4-1 Tribe, and Carl Willis heads to the mound as the pitching coach will have a chat with Trevor Bauer. Well, a long run there for Bowers. I wonder if Lindor could have gotten there. He was really motoring. But Bowers was coming in, usually an easier play, and he did get a glove on it, but just couldn't squeeze it as it was right near the foul line. A sinking, not really a high pop, but a sinking floater out there to shallow left, and it results in the first run for Kansas City. And now a base hit makes it a 1-run ball game. And Whit Merrifield's the batter. My goodness, how an inning can change in a hurry. 3 hitters ago, Trevor Bauer was working on a no-hitter. Now he's trying to get out of this with limited damage, but facing one of the best in baseball this season in Whit Merrifield. Merrifield's flied to right twice in 2 trips. Up there now with Gallagher at third, Hamilton at second. Here's Bauer's pitch. Breaking ball in there. Strike one, a beauty. That's the curve we've seen most of the afternoon from Trevor Bauer, and that's been a difference maker. Merrifield came in batting .304, your major league leader in hits. Here's the 0-1. And it's just upstairs for a ball. 1-1 the count. Whit Merrifield not only getting it done this season, but dating back to the start of last year, most hits in the major leagues. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in there. Strike two. Another beauty from Bauer. Boy, and if you go back to the 17 season, he has 463 hits, second only to Charlie Blackmon of the Rockies. And bear in mind, that season, Merrifield spent the first 2 weeks in the minor leagues. So he missed some time to pick up more hits. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, cued slowly. First base side of the mound. Bauer's on it. Shovels it over to first.
Minutes past on News Radio WTAM 1100.
Carlos Santana to lead things off for the Indians. As we head to the bottom of the fifth inning, it's 4-1 Tribe. Big day here for Santana today and tomorrow. Trying to win that final vote for starting spots in the All-Star game. He's one of the three contenders at first base in the American League. Jacob Junis delivers, and it's a curveball strike. And if you want to help Carlos get there, go to MLB.com/vote or search MLB Vote on Google. Here's the 0-1. Down low, 1-1. And his final vote runs through tomorrow at 4 o'clock. His teammates getting in on the fun as they all had T-shirts on today that said "Vote Los" across the front. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, popped up on the infield right near the mound, and Junis will make the play. Dozier came over to help him out, but there's that rule. Don't let the pitcher do it. But Junis had the easiest play. He was on the mound already. Didn't have to worry about climbing up the hill or anything like that. He made the catch. No problem. Jason Kipnis, the batter for the Indians. He has driven in a run with a sac fly and singled as he continues this sizzling stretch, which coming into play today, in his last 10 games, he was hitting .432. And it was a loud .432. 4 home runs and 14 driven in, including the walk-off bomb on Monday night here. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Time for your Cleveland Indians memorable moment. Brought to you by the Nissan team, Bedford Nissan and Mentor Nissan. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball down low, 1-1. And you know what? We're going to make it Monday night's walk-off home run for Kipnis, the third in his career. A memorable moment to be sure from just a couple of days ago, the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. And Kip was saying yesterday on the warm-up show, that's what you dream about when you're playing wiffle ball as a kid and wherever you're playing as a kid. A walk-off home run. The 2-1 on the inside corner. 2-2 the count. And he said it. When you do it in the big leagues, it exceeds anything you ever thought it would be when you were a kid. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball down low, ball 3. So a fun night for Kipnis Monday night. He has been in a great stretch, coinciding with the Indian stretch of good play. Now the 3-2. Swung on, bounced over the mound toward the shortstop. Arteaga on the shift. Makes the play on to first in time for the out. And there's 2 down in the inning. This year, the Ohio 529 plan and the Indians have teamed up to present a $10,000 college savings award to a Cleveland Metropolitan School District student. If you have a student in the district, visit collegeadvantage.com/Indians to enter the sweepstakes. Ohio's 529 plan, a proud partner of the Indians. Here's Jose Ramirez. The pitch to him is in there for strike 1. It's 4-1. The Tribe is in front. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ramirez has bounced to first and flied to right. Here's the pitch to him. Down low, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Now the 1-1 from Junis. Outside and high, 2-1. Ramirez, switch hitter, left side. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. Now the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Ramirez draws the walk. Now, normally Tom comes back in the 6th inning, but if you were with us earlier, Mitchell's Ice Cream stopped by with some goodies. And it was a frozen yogurt, raspberry lemon, frozen yogurt, and his lips puckered up. He can't get them unpuckered. Oh, you're back?
It was tart.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. Very good. You have to have some.
All right. I'll try it.
You can eat the rest of it out of the carton. They called it yogurt. It tastes more like
sherbet?
Sorbet.
Oh.
Very good.
We're classing up the booth a little bit. There's Jake Bowers. Home run his last time up. Throw to first.
What's fun to do is you go to Mitchell's and you pretend you can't make your mind up. And they'll give you a little sample. If by the time you're done with all the samples, you can leave there and you're full.
Not buy any ice cream.
Nope.
Here's the pitch outside for a ball.
For those of you on a budget.
You haven't done that. Come on.
No. But they are very good about giving you a sample. But there was ice cream here today I'd never heard of before. I didn't know there was such a thing as vegan ice cream.
How about that? Here's the 1-0. Strike called on the outside corner. I don't know if they have it in all of them, but the one in Westlake, they have the train tracks up above. The kids love that.
Well, the vegan ice cream comes from a cow that was on a very strict diet. He had kind of a sensitive tummy.
Here's the 1-1 on the outside corner, strike 2. Any of our listeners who are on a vegan diet just turned off their radios.
All 3 of them.
That's enough.
There go the ratings.
Vegan and cow, they can't be in the same sentence, can they? Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Bowers with that home run. What a blast that was. Snuck it inside the foul pole down the right field line. Well, you see that power on occasion from him. That's what the Indians like. He's only 23. Here's a swing and a foul back into the net. And it's 2-2. Well, they feel there's good potential there with Jake Bowers power-wise. 4-1, Indians lead with Ramirez at first base. We're in the 5th. Both bullpens quiet as Junis from the stretch delivers. Swung on, a tapper up the middle, right at the shortstop, Arteaga on the shift, and he goes one step to the bag for the force, and the side is retired.
WTAM 1100.
See?
Well, both Trevor Bauer and Jacob Junis are closing in on 100 pitches. So neither is going to go a whole lot longer unless they can get some really low pitch count innings here. But Trevor Bauer has been brilliant. 4-1 Indians, 6th inning. The number 2 hitter, Nicky Lopez, steps in and Bauer misses wide for ball 1. Hi again, everybody. Tom Hamilton with you, along with Jim Rosenhaus, whose face is now in the carton of the raspberry lemon sorbet from Mitchell's. That pitch in there, a strike. 1-1. Rosie will be back on Friday night from Baltimore. Lopez has grounded out and struck out. And we thank the good folks at Mitchell's. Man, is that great ice cream. The 1-1. Swing and a foul down the left side, 1-2. These days were made for Mitchell's ice cream. Upper 70s, sunshine, wind blowing out, Indians winning 4-1. Trevor Bauer has struck out 9 and hit a batter. He had a no-hitter until there were 2 out in the 5th. That pitch way high, 2-2. The Indians need some length because their bullpen's pretty tapped. No Brad Hand today to close it, so the Indians would like a big lead late, so kind of takes the closer supposedly out of the equation. Now Bauer's pitch. It's swung on, bounced to third. Nice hop handled by Ramirez. Throws over for the out. Lopez runs pretty well. Here's Chesler Cuthbert, has struck out twice. And the Indians were able to take the lead in the first. Frankie Lindor singled, stole second. Eventually scored on the Jason Kipnis sac fly. Lindor doubled in the third, scored on the Oscar Mercado single, and then a couple of solo homers to right in the fourth from Jake Bauers and Tyler Naquin. All of that off Kansas City starter Jacob Junis. Bauers' pitch, swung on, rolled foul, third base side. Bauer had a no-hitter with 2 down in the fifth, and then 2 straight singles and an RBI double from Billy Hamilton. And that's where we stand, 6th inning, 4-1 Indians. The next pitch swung on, a roller to short. Gobbled up by Lindor, throws over, 2 down. That's your Northern Ohio Ford Dealers game summary. Ford is America's best-selling brand. So the Indians with a 4-1 lead. I want to say hello to our good friend Mike Swanson, who's in the men's restroom here on Press Row, listening to Tribe Baseball. Go get him, Swanee. A swing and a miss by Hunter Dozier. He's the best, boy. We have some legendary vice presidents of PR in the game. Mike Swanson from the Royals, Bobby D with the Indians. They have made this game so special for all of us down through the years. That pitch swung on and missed, 0-2. There are others, but Swanee and Bobby D are on the Mount Rushmore for all of us. And Swanee right now multifaceted, which is very encouraging. That pitch outside. 1-2 the count. Indians lead 4-1, 6th inning.
I tried the coconut. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I know. You got half of it on your nose. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Thanks for sharing. That pitch swung on and missed. The ball bounced in there. Kicks to the right. Perez in foul ground goes, gets it, and he throws out Dozier on a ball that bounced in front of the plate, and Dozier swung.
On now, have me on tomorrow morning from 9 to 10.
On WTAM 1100.
Leading off for the Indians and taking a strike is Bobby Bradley. Tribe leading at 4-1 as we go now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Jacob Junis delivering, Bradley taking high to even the count. Trevor Bauer had an 11-pitch inning, so pretty good chance we'll see him in the 7th now at 109 pitches, which is big. Bobby Bradley bounces one to the first baseman. Cuthbert will make the play himself, and Bradley 0 for 3. 1 down, that'll bring up the catcher, Roberto Perez, hit by a pitch and struck out. Jacob Junis is at 100 pitches, and so the Royals have activity in their bullpen. So the Indians with a 4-1 lead. Tim Hill warming in the bullpen. Here is the windup by Jacob Junis and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Power Home Solar is the official solar provider of the Indians, building a movement. Visit powerhome.com or text solar 411-411. Power Home Solar, own your power. The next pitch swung on, hit a ton toward the gap left center, and it's over the head of Merrifield and off the wall. Merrifield spins, throws to the cutoff man. The throw to second, tag is made. Perez is out. How about that? When's the last time you saw a 7-6-4 out at second base? Perez wrapped it sharply off the wall in left center. Merrifield, the left fielder, played to Karam brilliantly. Threw to the cutoff man in shallow center. That was Arteaga, the shortstop, who then flipped it about 10 feet or so to the second baseman, who tagged out the sliding Roberto Perez. So he gets a base hit, but is thrown out at second. 7-6-4. Don't know if I've ever seen that one. 2 down, Tribe on top, 4-1, 6th inning. Well, the Royals are the best defensive team in baseball this year, and that's doing the little things right there, hitting a cutoff man, making a great play on a carom. Here's Tyler Naquin, bouncing one towards the second baseman. In shallow right, Lopez gloves it, does a complete spin and throw, and the Indians are... This is a guy that could make a case for being an all-star. 5th in the league in homers, 21. 6th in RBIs, 53. 4-1 Indians, 7th inning on a gorgeous day off the lakefront. The wind and the pitch, up and in, ball one. Let's pause for a station ID on the Indians radio network. Trevor Bauer comes back and misses up and in again. Ball two, 2-0. Tom Hamilton, Jim Rosenhaus, Stephanie Hagel, Brian Matze on this gorgeous summer day. Tribe 4, Royals 1, 7th inning, and the pitch hit him in the head. And now Soler is barking at Bauer. I don't think he realizes that was a breaking ball that hit him in the helmet. Now, and you get hit in the helmet, you're not happy. But Bauer hit him with a breaking ball that just didn't break. But it hit him in the helmet as he tried to duck under it. Looked like it got him on that ear flap. Soler waved out at Bauer, barked out at Bauer, but that's not intentional. However, when you're a hitter and you get hit in the head, whether it's a breaking ball or not, you're not happy. So Soler is on to start the 7th, and Lucas Duda, the batter, 0 for 2. Trevor Bauer now at 112 pitches, has struck out 10. He's hit a pair. Both guys he hit were on breaking balls, curveball and a slider. Nick Goody warming in the Indians bullpen. Trevor Bauer has struck out 10 or more for the 4th time this year. In fact, 10 strikeouts has been a season high for him. He came in here in the league 4th in total strikeouts, and he's added 10 now. He's up to 132. The pitch, and it's at the knees. It's a called strike. Duda trying to get the Royals back into this game with one swing of the bat. Takes high and wide, 1-1 the count. Bauer with the 10 strikeouts today, pushing his total to 132. Still trails Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, and Chris Sale in the American League. He does lead the American League now in innings pitched as he's bypassed Justin Verlander. This has been one of Bauer's better outings. He's been dominant. Shift is on, right side, 3 infielders. Duda takes a look at a curveball and a nasty one. Called strike makes it 1-2. Bauer has not walked a batter today, and again, the 2 batters he hit with breaking balls that simply didn't break. Now the next delivery to Duda. And it's strike 3 called on the outside corner. Duda thought it was outside. Season high 11 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer. 1 down for Humberto Arteaga, the right-handed hitting shortstop. Boston and the White Sox 6th inning at Fenway, and Chicago has the 5-3 lead. Boston is 8 games out of first, a record now of 44-37. The pitch to Arteaga, and he waves at it, strike 1. Toronto with a 6-5 lead in the Big Apple as the Yankees are batting in the 5th, trailing by a run. Yankees have a 6-game lead now over Tampa. The set, the pitch, a swing and a miss. He's sticking with a slider, 0-2. Those are the only games going on besides this one. It's Cleveland 4 and Kansas City 1. The Indians and Royals top of the 7th, 1 out, 1 on, the 2-strike pitch. Just missed outside with a breaking ball. Wow, that was close. 1-2 the count. Ram Trucks bringing you the update from towing, hauling, worker play. Ram will power you through it. The pitch, swing and a foul first base side. See your Ram dealer or log on to ramtrucks.com. Guts Glory Ram. 4-1 Indians. They've out-hit the Royals 9-3, 7th inning, and a 1-2 count on Arteaga. The right-handed hitting shortstop who got the first hit off Bauer with 2 down in the 5th when he singled to right. The pitch to Arteaga, and he waves at it, struck him out on a good curveball. Now 12 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer. And the catcher Cam Gallagher hit by a pitch and a single. Trevor Bauer, it'll be interesting to talk to him after this one. Got to believe this might be the best curveball he's had all year. His best game ever in strikeouts was 14 against Oakland 2 years ago, and he's now at a season-high 12. The pitch to Gallagher, and he fouls it to first base side, upper deck, strike one. Bauer, this is his last inning, and he's at 122 pitches, 123, the most he's made this year. He delivers, and it's down and away in the count, 1-1. But this is typical. Trevor Bauer leads the major leagues in that he averages 111 pitches per start. And he's about to make a new season high 124. Here it comes. Downstairs, ball 2, 2-1. 4-1 Indians. Boy, did Bauer step up on a day where the Indians bullpen is shorthanded. Guys need days off. No Brad Hand today. And Bauer trying to give the Indians 7 dominant innings. His 2-1 pitch, fastball strike at 94, 2-2. This is why Trevor Bauer is elite. Now the 2-2 pitch. Missed with a breaking ball down low, full count. So traveling time at first for Jorge Soler. Next time there's a game played here, will be part of the All-Star festivities. They've got the Futures game here on that Sunday before the All-Star game. Now the payoff delivery. A little bit high, missed with a fastball. That's going to be all. Terry Francona makes a Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen. Trevor Bauer's first walk leaves him at 127 pitches. What a job by Trevor Bauer today. He's going to get a thunderous ovation coming to that third base dugout. The Indians infielders around, slapping him on the back, and they're on their feet. Here at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario, Bauer leaving with a 4-1 lead here in the 7th inning. 2 outs, 2 on. Trevor takes the cap off, as always, acknowledges the fans with it. The Indians turn it over to Nick Goody, who's making his 9th appearance, a 3.72 ERA. He can only go a few hitters today after coming on last night and striking out the side in the 9th inning after Brad Hand ran into trouble. Indians still being very careful with Nick Goody coming off the arm surgery of a year ago. Fastball and slider. Indians 4, Royals 1. Jorge Soler at second. Cam Gallagher at first, 2 down in the 7th. What an effort by Trevor Bauer. 127 pitches. He struck out a dozen, walked 1, hit 2, giving up 1 run on 3 hits. The number 9 hitter, Billy Hamilton, pops up the first pitch. Left side of the infield, Frankie Lindor waves everybody off. The
100 can now be heard on 106.9 FM.
Well, the Indians will face the left-hander. Tim Hill is going to come on now, as the Indians have a 4-1 lead, and they were able to do their damage. against right-hander Jacob Junis, who gave up 4 runs on 9 hits, struck out 4, walked 1, hit 1. A couple of home runs allowed by Jacob Junis, and thus the Indians have been able to build this lead as the Tribe on top by a score of 4-1. Tim Hill was brought back up today as the Kansas City Royals making some moves. They let go Brad Boxberger, who just had not pitched well for them. And so here's Tim Hill up from AAA Omaha, third stint with Kansas City. The left-hander facing the top of the order, Frankie Lindor, 3 for 3 with a double, 2 singles. Bangs the first pitch toward third. Dozier in on the grass, gloves it, throws out Lindor, 1 pitch, 1 out. Now Oscar Mercado, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Tim Hill made the opening day roster and has been back and forth now 3 times. So Hill facing Oscar Mercado with 1 out, nobody on. The Indians leading 4-1 here in the 7th. The set, the pitch, and he slings it in there, sidearm style for a strike. Indians baseball brought to you by Everstream, Cleveland's business fiber network. Ethernet, high-speed internet, dark fiber, data storage. Everstream with a data need for you. They'll fulfill it. Everstream.net. The pitch. In tight, jumping back Mercado, and the count 1-1. The next delivery is swung on, chopped by the mound. On the right side of second, the shortstop Arteaga went a long way to grab it. And on the run throughout Mercado. Pretty good range there. 2 down, Carlos Santana will bat right-handed. He's 1 for 3 with a single today. So the Indians trying to add to their 4-1 lead. 2 outs, nobody on, trying to get it going here again. Now the set by Hill, and the pitch. And a breaking ball is in there, strike. Hill's next offering in there for strike 2. The next offering, and it's fouled out of play right side. Still an 0-2 count on Santana, with the Indians on top 4-1. Indians batting 7th inning, 2 outs, nobody on base. Indians 4 runs, 9 hits. Royals 1 run on 3 hits today against Trevor Bauer. Now the 0-2 pitch. Way outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Off day tomorrow. Indians then start their final journey before the All-Star break. 3 in Baltimore, 3 in Kansas City, 2 in Cincinnati. The pitch. Swung on, chopped toward first, near the line, gloved by Cuthbert. He'll make the play himself, and the Indians have a quiet 7th. Indians lead it, though.
TAM 1100.
Well, Nick Goody is going to stay out there. Of course, when you make 1 pitch and get the final out, gives you a chance to give your manager multiple innings. Top of the order, Whit Merrifield 0 for 3. The pitch to him, and he bangs it right back up the middle into center. This guy never has a hitless game against the Indians. My goodness. Leads the American League with 103 base hits. He's had 5 in this series. And the Royals have their 4th hit today. 4-1 Indians lead it as we go to the 8th. Nicky Lopez 0 for 3. Visit your Northern Ohio Buick and GMC dealers. You'll get exceptional offers on 2019 models. Here's the set by Nick Goody and the pitch. And it's down low, ball 1. Adam Pletko is in the Indians bullpen now until the All-Star break, because with Mike Clevenger starting Friday, the Indians, with 3 off days between now and the All-Star break, will not need a 5-man rotation. So Pletko gives them depth in that bullpen. Now the 1-0 pitch to Lopez. Runner goes, pitch swung on a miss. Perez throwing a dandy, and they get Merrifield. Merrifield had a terrible jump, and Perez throws him out with Frankie Lindor making the tag. And it wasn't even remotely close. And the Royals down 4-1. Boy, if you're with Merrifield, you can't get thrown out there. Not in the 8th inning.
And he is normally a very good base stealer who doesn't get thrown out all that often.
Now the pitch. Swung on, banged foul outside of first. Strike 1. Boy. That's not real smart. It's okay to steal. That's part of the Royals game. But you can't be thrown out trailing 4-1 in the 8th inning. And he was thrown out by 8 feet. Lindor had to wait for him to slide into the tag. Goody's ready, and the 1-2. Swung on, a little fly ball to left. Bowers will grab it, 2 down. Now, I know Whit Merrifield isn't thinking about this, but the Indians' bullpen is taxed. They're shorthanded. You've just taken Nick Goody off the hook.
Right, it has set the table nicely for him. He was looking at it just goes from no outs to 2 outs in 2 pitches.
Well, I tell you what, the last couple of weeks, we have seen some of the dumbest base running. I mean, you have a guy get picked off at first base down 5-1 on 3 straight pickoff throws, one closer than the next. There's a pitch in there, a strike. Jacoby Jones. I get it. Merrifield's aggressive, trying to make something happen. That's how the Royals score, but you have to be in there. The pitch. Swung on, fouled upstairs, 0-2. Well, that's Ned Yost's problem, not ours. Get off his back, Rosie. He's trying.
Come on.
He's giving it everything he's got. He didn't have that little pick-me-up that you had with the raspberry, lemon, whatever the heck it was.
Roseberry. It was roseberry.
Roseberry. That's their newest flavor at Mitchell's. Asked for it today after the game. It's free. Now the 2-strike pitch. Outside a ball, 1-2 the count.
Those poor people at the counter now are going to have to answer questions. Hey, that roseberry's free. Where is it?
Yeah. Rosie sent me to have the roseberry. He said it's on him. Now the set in the 1-2. Swung on, banged up the middle. Another base hit. Chesler Cuthbert with a 2-out single to center. How big does that throw out look now? Because here's Hunter Dozier, whose grand slam won it for Kansas City in the 9th last night. Royals with a 2-out base runner. The Indians with a 4-1 lead in the 8th. And Hunter Dozier, you go from a game-winning grand slam to 3 punch-outs the next day. That's the game of baseball right there, a microcosm of what makes this game so hard to play at this level. The pitch to Dozier, swung on, fouled back, strike 1. Bunch of kids in the upper deck on the third base side being entertained by Mustard. Was wondering what all the screaming was. I thought maybe Mustard was getting naked up there, but he's just urging the kids on with some free relish. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A little bit high, 1-1.
Is there a better day in summer camp than being at the ball game?
You've already had 5 hot dogs, cotton candy. Mom and Dad nowhere in sight to tell you to stop it. You've got their credit card. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2 the count. Now you've got Mustard up there. I didn't know he was such a favorite.
He's got him going. How'd you like to be a camp counselor with that group on the way home?
How'd you like to be the bus driver? 4-1 Indians. Runner at first, 2 down, 8th inning. Now the set and the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play, right side. We'll do it again at 1-2. Nice crowd for this Wednesday afternoon. I love these middle of the week day games. There should be more of them in baseball. Love to hear those kids squealing, don't you? They have no idea what the score is, but they'll be back. They're having fun. That's what it's all about. Goody's ready. Here it comes. Checked on a breaking ball wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dozier. The Indians get activity in their bullpen. The left-hander Oliver Perez. Brad Hand won't be able to go today. Tyler Olson can't go today. Bullpen's been used a lot lately with rain delays, with injuries, with short outings by starters. The pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes, on the appeal at first. The golden sombrero. Hunter Dozier has struck.
Cleveland's News Radio on Twitter.
It's where it's at.
At WTAM 1100.
The Indians have Jason Kipnis facing the left-hander Tim Hill. Second inning of work for Hill. The Indians leading at 4-1. Kipnis today, 1 for 2, a single and a sac fly. Left on left as Hill is ready, and the pitch. Kipnis leans back from a fastball. Well, looking back now and seeing another look at that Whit Merrifield caught stealing, Royals actually had a hit and run on the pitch. In tight, called strike, 1-1. Well, you don't see that very often. Down 4-1 in the 8th inning. And Merrifield, he wasn't running on his own. It was a hit and run. And quite frankly, the guy that let him down, that pitch is inside a 2-1 count. Was that Lopez or Cuthbert that was batting? Lopez upset with himself on the hit and run. The 2-1. Swung on, tapped to the mound. Hill has it, throws Kipnis out. No, he threw it away over the head of Cuthbert, down the right field line into foul ground, and Kipnis is at second. Oh my, it won't ever get easier for Tim Hill. The best defensive club in baseball, and Tim Hill just had one of those moments where he airmailed the throw. It was high and wide of Cuthbert at first and down the right field line into foul ground. And Kipnis is on at second on the air. But I think it tells you something, too, about the Royals' offense. They don't hit many homers. Even though they're down 4-1 in the 8th inning, they try to hit and run. And that's why it's a tough play to run when you're trailing, because when it doesn't work, you've kind of run yourself out of the inning. But trying to make something happen.
And to their credit, that's their identity. That's what they do.
Yep.
That's how they have to try and score runs sometimes. And so they stayed with it.
So apologize to Whit Merrifield. That wasn't dumb base running on his part. He did what he was supposed to do. The hitter's got to put the ball in play. Here's Jose Ramirez batting right-handed. Takes high, ball 1. Ramirez 0 for 2 with a walk. You don't see that very often, though. A hit and run down 4-1 in the 8th inning. When it works, they love you. When it doesn't, now you get questions asked after the game. Here's the 1-0. High to Ramirez, ball 2, 2-0. Nick Whitgren is the quasi-closer today with Brad Hand needing a day off, so Whitgren is getting ready. Tim Hill is still ticked at himself for throwing that Kipnis comebacker away. Kipnis at second, Tribe up 4-1 in the 8th. The pitch, and it's outside a ball, 3-0. KeyBank's the banking home of the Indians. Cover your financial bases with KeyBank. And KeyBank's key to the games today, well, the key was Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer, the Indians needed an outing of length and an outing of dominance, and boy, he gave it to them. That pitch is a strike, 3-1. Trevor Bauer with a season-high 12 strikeouts, and he gave the Indians 6 2/3 innings. He allowed 1 run on 3 hits with those 12 strikeouts. Without question, Trevor Bauer the key today. The pitch. Ramirez lays off. It's inside, ball 4. So Hill has had a throwing error and now walked a hitter. And here's Jake Bauers, left on left, solo homer to right today. Bauers 1 for 3. He now has 1 hit in his last 17 at-bats. So the Indians with a chance to blow this thing open. 2 on, nobody out. The pitch, in tight, ball 1. Left on left. Let's see if Jake Bauers can do some damage here against left-handed pitching this year. Bauers batting .220. The pitch to him. And it's a called strike on the outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Indians got a run in the first. Frankie Lindor singled, eventually scored on a Jason Kipnis sac fly. Lindor doubled in the third. Oscar Mercado singled him home. Now the pitch. Swung on, rifled foul down the left side, 1-2. And then the Indians got a pair of homers to right in the fourth from Jake Bauers and Tyler Naquin. Trevor Bauers done the rest with help from Nick Goody. Indians 4, Royals 1. 8th inning, 2 on, nobody out for the Tribe. Bauers in that open stance deep in the box. He's a long way from the plate. The pitch. And evidently it was low. And it's a 2-2 count. Boy, that was close. Tim Hill's ready, and his 2-2 delivery swung on a chopper on the right side. The second baseman, Lopez, goes to second for the force on Ramirez. Kipnis to third. Bauers on a fielder's choice at first. 1 down. And Bobby Bradley, the batter. Royals have done a good job. Nope, Bobby Bradley being called back. Jordan Luplow is going to pinch hit. Bradley 1 for 10 in this series, and the Indians will go to the right-handed hitting Jordan Luplow. So he'll pinch hit. And you know how Luplow does against left-handed pitching, batting .307, 8 of his 9 home runs against southpaws. So with Indians at first and third, with 1 out in the 8th, Luplow to pinch hit, Tribe up 4-1. Luplow has been 2 for 10 as a pinch hitter. The set and pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit, right field. That'll make it 5-1 Indians. Kipnis will score. Bauers will stop at second. And Luplow doesn't waste any time coming through in the clutch. That's a big one there. 5-1 Indians. As we saw last night when the Royals scored 5 in the 9th. They're not going to mail it in. That's for sure. Now the catcher, Roberto Perez, 1 for 2 with a single and hit by a pitch. So the Indians have runners at first and second. 1 down, leading 5-1 in the 8th. Give Jordan Luplow his 24th run batted in. Hill is ready. The left-hander's pitch. Swing and a foul back. Boy, Perez had a heck of a cut. Hill, a sidewinding lefty, will now meet with his catcher, Cam Gallagher. Yankees, Toronto 6-6 in the sixth. The Yankees homered for the 29th consecutive game. Every time they homer now, it's a new Major League record for most consecutive games with a homer. White Sox still lead Boston 6-4 in the eighth inning. And they're underway in Baltimore, 3-1, San Diego up in the second. Here the Indians lead 5-1 in the eighth. Indians at first and second with one down, and the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a foul, 0-2. Hill taking a little extra time. He delivers, and strike three called. Perez out looking for the second out in the inning. And now left on left as Tyler Naquin will bat. 2 outs, 2 on. Tribe has added a run and lead 5-1 in the eighth. Two down, 2 on, 5-1 Indians. On an absolutely sensational day in Northeast Ohio. Close to 80 degrees, nothing but sun, and a strike to Tyler Naquin. Naquin's bomb to right made it 4-1 in the fourth, his 6th home run of the year. Naquin has played as an opposite field hitter toward left against the fellow lefty. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball away. 0-2. $22,246. The pitch. Ooh. A little low with the hard stuff. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Five to 1 Indians. 8th inning, 2 outs, 2 on, and Hill's 1-2 pitch. Swung on, chopper to third, foul. That Indians homestand, the next one, after the All-Star break, will start off with Minnesota for the 3. Then Detroit's back here again for 4. And Kansas City's back here again for 3. So it'll be an all-Central Division homestand as the Indians will have a nice 10-day homestand. And that takes you to almost the last week in July. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, says the third base ump, Rob Drake. Naquin can't believe.
It's Geraldo
In Cleveland.
I am invested in this town.
Tomorrow morning, 9 to 10.
I'm here to stay.
On WTAM 1100.
5-1 Indians. Jordan Luplow got that big pinch hit RBI single. Will play left field, and now Jake Bowers comes in to play first. Nick Whitgren, a non-save situation, makes his 27th appearance. He's 3-0. A 2.76 ERA, averaging more than a strikeout an inning. Fastball, curveball, and changeup. Brad Hand has the day off. And the Indians get a welcome day off tomorrow. Next game, Friday night in Baltimore, Maryland, against the worst team in baseball. The Orioles, 22-57. Jorge Soler 0 for 2 taking it. It's in there, called strike. Trevor Bauer went 6 2/3 dominant innings, giving up a run on 3 hits, struck out a dozen, season best. Soler waves at it, 0-2. Nick Goody was outstanding as well, and ending in a third of scoreless relief, struck out 1 and gave up 2 base hits. Now the pitch. Bullseye on the outside corner. Fastball locked him up. Soler out looking, 1 down in the 9th. That'll bring up Lucas Duda, 0 for 3. Right now, Baltimore is on pace to lose 117 games. That's even more than they lost a year ago. Unbelievable. Lucas Duda climbs in. The Indians put 3 on the right side of the infield, and he fouls it upstairs, strike 1. And I think there's a pretty good chance, Rosie, they'll lose. What did they lose last year, 116?
115 a year ago.
So they're on pace to lose a couple more than that this year. They may lose 120. The pitch inside. Remember, when Alan Trammell was the Tigers manager, they lost 119 that year. Baltimore, can you imagine them losing 120 games and winning 42? The 1-1 pitch over but low, 2-1.
And that's what can happen. They had years of uncertainty in terms of the top of the front office and lack of attention to the farm system and international scouting.
Well, they put no money into the international pool. None whatsoever. They ignored that pool. The pitch swung on and a rocket to right that's out of here. So Duda hits his 3rd, and the Indians now lead 5-2 with 1 down in the 9th inning. Boy, the Royals just refuse to roll over. That's a credit to Ned Yost and his coaching staff. They may be having a tough year record-wise, as if things don't change, they could end up again with a top 3 pick in the draft. But boy, they play the game the right way, and they've got some kids that are impressive on this level and more that are coming.
For a rebuilding team, you like what you see, which not every rebuilding team in baseball this year can say that.
Humberto Arteaga taking a called strike on the curveball. Arteaga 1 for 3 with a single. Tribe leading 5-2. Oliver Perez warming again in the Indians' pen. The pitch down low. That's a ball. And the count 1-1. Whitgren's ready. Here it comes. Breaking ball and a dandy. Strike 2 called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Indians with a 5-2 lead in the 9th. Whitgren's pitch. Swung on, grounded fair. Inside the bag at first, down the right field line, headed for the corner. Arteaga's on his way to second, standing with a double. Good piece of opposite field hitting. Arteaga with a 2-hit day and his first extra base hit since coming up. So Alex Gordon will now pinch hit for Cam Gallagher, the catcher. 5-2, the Indians have the lead. We may see Oliver Perez. So the Royals, second day in a row that they are going to make things very difficult in the 9th inning for the Indians. And this is a mindset that with a young club they're trying to develop. You have to learn how to win, but you also have to learn that you play the game the right way and you play it all 27 outs, and boy, the Royals do that. 5-2 Indians. Royals have scored here in the 9th, and they've got a runner at second with 1 down. The pitch, and it's swung on, fouled upstairs. Gordon facing Whitgren. 0-1 the count. Alex Gordon have a nice bounce back year. .261 batting average, 10 homers, 47 RBIs. First time he's been used as a pinch hitter. Whitgren's ready. And the pitch. Down low. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Whitgren, hands resting at the belt, delivers, and the pitch lashed foul. Lower deck, third base side. And it's a 1-2 count on Alex Gordon. Whitgren's ready. Here it comes. Swung on, line to the gap in left center. It gets down for a base hit. Hitting third and being waved home is Arteaga. And an RBI single off the bench for Alex Gordon. And how about this? Second day in a row for the Royals. They got 5 last night in the 9th. 2 so far. And here comes Indians pitching coach Carl Willis. It's a 5-3 ball game on the pinch hit RBI single to left center by Alex Gordon. So the Indians bullpen that has been so stellar all season long has had a few rough patches here recently. And again, the Royals not making it easy. And now you turn the lineup over after Billy Hamilton. He's a switch hitter. He'll, of course, bat left-handed. And Hamilton, 1 for 3 with an RBI bloop double down the left field line. Well, 22,000 got pretty darn quiet here in a hurry. So here we go. The Indians up 5-3. Nick Whitgren trying to preserve Trevor Bauer's 6th win. Hamilton can flat out motor. He's at the plate batting left-handed. In close at third, Ramirez. And the set. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Chased one down, strike one. The guy you don't want to face with a couple of guys on base waits on deck in Whit Merrifield. He's their best all-around player. The leadoff hitter has had a big series again. Now the 0-1. Swung on, fouled off, third base side, 0-2. Five runs, 10 hits for Cleveland. 3 runs, 8 hits for Kansas City. Bauer's ready. Here it comes. Or I should say Whitgren's ready. Here it comes. And it's a bit high, 1-2. Whitgren's ready. Hands at the belt. The 1-2 pitch. And Billy Hamilton looks at strike 3 at the knees. He didn't like the call, but that's a strike. And Whitgren's second strikeout is the second out in the inning. And the Royals are down to their last out. Top of the order. And Whit Merrifield. And I just saw a replay. No question that was strike 3. Merrifield is 1 for 4 with a single. Roberto Perez out to the mound. You don't want to make a mistake here or you'll have a tie game. Merrifield with 11 home runs, 2 of them against the Indians this year. batting over .400 against the Indians this season. 5-3 Cleveland. Royals have a runner at first and 2 men out. Been a very entertaining series. Fans are on their feet, 22,000 plus here at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. The set, the pitch, runner goes, pitch hangs inside, a curveball. To second is Gordon on the indifference. Indians were not holding him. So in a 5-3 game, Royals have a runner in scoring position, 2 down in the ninth. Their best hitter, Merrifield, leading the league with 103 knocks. The pitch to him, and it's swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch, and the count 1-1. Some way, somehow, you just figured Merrifield was going to bat in the ninth inning. He has got to be one of the best players in the game that nobody talks about. The set, the pitch, swing and a foul back. He went with another changeup. 1-2 the count. We haven't seen that pitch much from Nick Whitgren. So Whitgren in a non-save situation. It's not literally a save situation, but it is if it were not for the fact he entered the game with a 4-run lead, but it's turned into a scenario that feels like a save, even though it won't statistically be one. 5-3, Tribe leading. Royals runner at second, 2 down in the ninth. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball game. He went back to the changeup. So Nick Whitgren strikes out Merrifield to end it. The Royals get a couple in the ninth inning, but the Indians prevail and win another series as the Tribe today beats Kansas